Bipolar probably sounded a lot like this. Ultra-intelligent woman beguiles lovers, leaving 5 exes dead in her wake. A
which everyone
psychotic
knows that I
woman
fucking
sentenced for
hate.
life.
I mean, hypomania, I hate to say it, but it's a fucking good time. But it's not sustainable. And it can be very dangerous because when I go into hypomanic episodes, I won't realize for a little while. And I used to not realize at all.
In mania, you want to cheat. You want to have sex. You want to have orgies. You want to do everything. You want to blow the smoke shop guy. When I was manic the first time, I went to a New Year's Eve party and I got naked, went downstairs and invited some people upstairs, and no one came with me.
What is manic spending?
One of the ways to point out that you're in an episode is how much money you spend. It can be a symptom, is literally spending money.
Spent $15,000 in a week on handcuffs, corsets, and camping gear, all of which I've never used.
It's when bipolar people partake in excessive and impulsive purchases. It happens very quickly and is the result of poor judgment.
I just had repeated, almost back-to-back, heightened energy, elevated mood, audacity to do anything I wanted, which was risky, dangerous, it's uncontrollable.
I was walking on my break at work one day and I got a tattoo. I get in these moods of thinking I'm superhuman. I can do a podcast full time, I can start writing a book, I can work full time, I can pick up extra projects, I can work out, I can do this. And it's not sustainable to basically anyone. But in my mind, if I'm not doing all of that, I'm completely failing. And then I burn out. And for a month, I'm dead to the world.
You don't want people talking to you. You don't want to brush your teeth. You don't want to take a shower. And you don't care what, who, where, when, why you are. You don't want to be. You want to leave. A lot of individuals with bipolar end up losing their life during depressive episodes because of suicidality. It's because the dopamine and serotonin levels of a depressed individual are so low they have no hope for the future.
Because I used to not tell workplaces that I had bipolar. I never mentioned it. I never listed it as a disability because I was taught that it was my problem and I needed to change myself to fit in. Not that society should be, giving me a bit of support because I never knew it was a disability. I have mentioned it at workplaces before and it has been completely weaponized against me. And they just don't understand. And it's not fair because I can perform like a fucking legend. Like I can work my ass off. And compared to, someone that has no mental illness and things like that, their behavior is seen acceptable. So say if I was, having a bit of a bad day and I'm not doing anything to disturb anyone, I'm just quiet. It's taken note of and it's looked at as she's bipolar.
It's sad that in a society that devalues mental illness, we have to stay quiet about it, which just creates this cycle of silence. For someone to minimize my efforts and say that I'm crazy, or I'm neurotic, or psychotic, or, oh, you're schizophrenic. One, I'm not. And that's not even a negative thing to say. It is a diagnosis. And the fact that mental health is so stigmatized when you say you have a disorder versus when you say, oh, my mom has cancer, or I broke my leg. Like, no one's judging you for a physical illness. I saw a void in the market of people just not talking about mental health, or at least not being as honest as they could be. I wanted to make people feel less alone in the same way that support groups or a best friend might help them feel less alone.
It was so good.
I didn't feel like there was any media out there to support what I had been through. I'd never read, seen, or listened to anything that was related to a manic episode. Seeing someone that's like you, or has feelings like you, has thoughts like you, and has come from a similar experience and background as you is imperative. TikTok and other platforms, they are almost an incubator for thoughts, an incubator and generator for new ideas in which to comfort others in a non-clinical way, in a way that doctors and therapists and a psychiatrist can't comfort you. Hearing the actual story and the responses from another influencer, creator, or someone in a comment section adding their piece or their point of view enriches the experience for everyone dealing with the mental illness themselves.
People with bipolar can still live in everyday society. If anything, we work hard to fit into your society and shape ourselves, filter ourselves, work so hard in our minds to make sure that we can function how you want us to function. And you guys don't even know that.